welcome everyone to the first episode of the Three Lads in the Beautiful Game. I am your host, G Banks, and today I will be joined by my two comrades over here to the right of me. That's where the screen is. I've got the one on top, as you can see over there. We got big man Red Devil Soul supporting, I don't know, what team do you support, mate? I can't tell.
I support Man United, mate.
Yeah, okay. And tell us why you support United. Give the fans a little insight about yourself and why you support the club you support.
A bit of a late bloomer. I started supporting them around 2007. So 2007. Just before the Champions League final. Main reason I got into them was I seen a clip of Cristiano Ronaldo, and that was it. I just started watching them all the time, and that's basically it.
So you fell in love with Ronaldo, huh?
Ronaldo. I watched a clip of Ronaldo, and that was it.
I already something to add to that.
Oh, okay, what is it?
I supported Liverpool. They and this man were good friends.
Yes.
I just reckon he just wanted to go the team that was winning the most trophies at the time.
Hey, Chelsea won that,
Red Devil Soul, a.k.a. Mr. Glory Hunter.
Look, as someone that personally knows Soul,
them and they've been shit.
Yeah, look, I'll give you one thing, Soul. Yes, you did support the most successful team at that time, at that period, at 2007. But fair play to you. You have stuck with them at their shittest time as well. So fair play to you. Fair play to you. All right, and my next co-host and comrade over here, we got, well, he just mentioned that he goes for Liverpool, but Joey Sixer, please tell the audience who you are and why you support the club and the North as well, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, name's Joseph. Been supporting Liverpool ever since I can remember. I have two scouts.
Since you came out of the womb, mate, you had no choice.
Yeah, literally.
Even if I did have the choice, I still would have obviously chose to support Liverpool, being the best club in England, as we are.
Fighting words already, lads. Fighting words already, and we're just doing the introduction. I love it. Continue.
We've got to live up to our reputation, don't we?
That's it.
Yeah, look, hasn't been an easy ride for me. As, being born in 1992, seen much success. But yeah, I watch every match. Been to Anfield many times myself. Yeah, love the club.
Yeah, believe it or not, viewers, we actually got an authentic Scouser on our channel. We're not one of those fake channels that tell people we have Scousers on our channels and actually don't. You know, he might not have the accent, but he is a genuine Scouser, believe it or not. Anyway, so we're here today
to talk about how we know each other too.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, let me introduce myself as well, I guess. My name, G Banks, as you both know from the introduction. I support, as you can tell, Burnley FC. No, I support Man City. So started supporting them when did the Sheikhs come in? No. Look, jokes aside, I started supporting this club, believe it or not. I started supporting this club, believe it or not, when around 2003, 2004. So I've always been a football fan, like when I was younger. But I wasn't like a fan of a team. I just was, I guess, a Play FC person. Like I liked certain players, but not clubs. And then one time I remember, like this was back in, so I didn't even have Foxtel. This was back in SBS days. They used to have like a highlight show every week, right? They would show like Premier League's match of the week or whatever, just like one game. And I remember the game they showed at that time was Man City. Like, again, I never really heard of Man City, and versus United. And, of course, I knew United were. I know some of their players, blah, blah, blah. I liked some of their players at the time. And everything I heard at the time was United, this are the greatest team in the world, blah, blah, all this stuff, right? No one's going to beat them. And, like, that was what I was hearing. And even the commentary was saying that. And then I watched this, and then at that time, I remember this game I watched, City won that game. They smashed them, too. And this is when they were terrible, but, like, and I could see the passion and whatever. And that moment there was, my turning moment. I was like, all right, this is my club. You know what I mean? I was like, these guys did this to the big boys. you know what I mean, I'll stick with him. And fuck, I copped it for a few years, but then, your boy got the lottery, as you know. But yeah, that's why I support City. And, now I'm living the dream. I'm a champion of Europe, I'm a treble winner, Life is good on the blue side of Manchester, you know what I mean? But look, enough of that. Let's get into the actual show. And, speaking of City, that's actually a good segue. Let's actually talk about Manchester City because, they started off the Premier League this year with a away trip to Burnley. And, I'll just get straight into it. Look, the boys, they actually put in a great effort. You know what I mean? Like, fair play to them. We didn't have a long preseason. Like, usually City don't, to be honest. We don't have, like, much games in our preseason. We usually have, like, 2 or 3. And then because usually we're in the Community Shield, we'll play the Community Shield and then classify that as a preseason. But from what I saw, like, the boys, like, pretty much picked up from where they left off from last season, to be honest. Like, Haaland, the boy's a machine, put 2 goals in, could have put 4 in if he wanted to, and he had, relatively to him, he had a quiet game, you know what I mean? Like, and still managed to score 2 goals,
Haaland, like, I don't know, most games usually does have a quiet game. Mm-hmm. He just gets an opportunity and scores it.
Not really first goal.
Like, I think if you look at the amount of touches he has per game, it's really not many, but he scores.
Bro, I can tell you right now, he had, I'm not even exaggerating, he had maybe 5 touches in the first half and 2 of them were goals. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's his job, and that's what we want from him, you know what I mean? Some people are like, oh, he doesn't do, like, amazing link-up play, he's not sitting there dribbling through players. No, I don't care. If he's put 2 goals in a game, or 3 goals, whatever, and he's doing his job, cool, thank you, no problem. But, look.
Abundance of other players who can dribble
thank you.
Through.
Why does he have to do it? Exactly. We've got Foden that can do it. Grealish, Alvarez, who is a striker as well. I can keep going. You know what I mean? We even got our left backs and right backs
dribbling.
Bernardo Silva, and he, to be honest, he had a pretty quiet game as well. Considering for his standards, and not a bad game.
Crosses.
Yeah, not a bad game. He just had mediocre game. Yeah. But look. Haaland back to normal. The boys were pink. One of the talking points was De Bruyne actually got injured pretty early in the match. Apparently, from what I read, it's a new fresh injury. So it's not because he had like a hamstring injury last season, at the end of last season, like towards the end of last season, and he actually, as you know, he was out of the Champions League final because of it and stuff. So. But this apparently is a new fresh injury, and I actually don't know how long he's out for. So, interesting. But we still look fine when he came off, to be honest. Like, Kovacic, actually, I was going to bring up, that's another good segue. Kovacic came in and looked like he's been playing for City for years, to be honest. Yeah, he had a couple of, misplaced touches and passes here and there. But other than that, he was like...
He was very lively.
Bro, it's like someone had just gone, oh, yeah, you've been playing for City for years. Let's just drop you here and put you right there and you're fine to go. Yeah, he's not Gundogan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, he's our next Gundogan, ready to go. Far from it. And don't get me wrong, it's only the first game of the season. But from what I'm seeing, thus far, like, when you get new players, sometimes they take time to gel, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Thus far, so good. I can't complain. But, yeah, he put in a good role. So he played like the box-to-box midfielder and then, Phil Foden played that role, like that Kevin De Bruyne role, like that 10 role. But yeah, it worked out well. I want to give a special shout out to, now everyone's going to talk about Haaland and whatnot, and so they should, whatever. He played amazing. But I want to give a big shout out to my boy Rodri. Rodri was, we can't talk about him at City over here. Like, our fan base love him. And, like, jokes aside, you can obviously say, like, how much of a fucking amazing player he is as well. Like, we were talking about CDMs actually the other night, off camera, of course. And we were saying, like, the best CDMs are always, like, sliding in, like, crushing people. Like, you said you wanted a CDM like that for Liverpool. You were mentioning that. We were saying, like, how Casemiro is that type of player. Like, he crushes people. Rodri is not that. Rodri is, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's like I don't know how to explain it. He's like graceful in a way, but still like, you know, rough CDM type player. I don't know how to explain. Like he'll go in, right? Let's say it's like he's behind the player, right? And like the player, like there was this moment. I don't know if you remember. There was 1-on-1 with the goal. Like
there was 3 times.
Yeah, well there you go, 3 times. But one of the main ones I remember, it was 1-on-1. It was a 1-on-1. I can't remember who the player was, but it was a Burnley striker. He stole the ball off a Kanji. 1-on-1. Rodri's not even there. He manages to get there from behind and slide the ball. Doesn't touch to him. Doesn't even, so while standing up, just boom. Nice little touch, layout.
I thought Burnley were actually going to score.
Bro, exactly. Same thing. I was like, oh, here we go.
Rodri just came out of nowhere.
Thank you. Yeah, bro. And he did that throughout the whole game. And like Sol said, he done it about 3 or 4 times, maybe even more. I can't remember. But he was
I meant like 3 or 4 times in the first half.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
I was like, this guy's crazy.
Yeah, no, like he is honestly like he's a generation talent, and I feel like people like yes, we talk about him whatever, but they don't mention him enough because he plays for Man City. What do you think about that? Like, what do you think that's the same as well? Because like, yeah, like everyone talks about the Casemiro.
I rate him highly.
Yeah,
I honestly hate playing against him.
Mm-hmm.
Hate him. Absolutely hate him.
Do you think he doesn't get the like what I was saying? Like, do you think he doesn't get the like? I know, like I said, he gets the praises, but not as much as like no one really goes mention because again, he plays in a great Man City team, which is fair enough. Like, you're not gonna, you know, you don't look at a great like Man City team. The first thing you look at is like, oh, how good is their CDM? You know, you look at their attack and you know their midfield or whatever. But I
think as long as you're playing in a midfield with Kevin De Bruyne, you're probably not going to get to mention him. Like, you know, the amount of assists and shit he's pulling off and the shit he does. Like, but the CDM really never does get the praise. Like, they never do.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I personally play central defensive mid in soccer myself, and no one is really like always like, oh wow, but to be honest, if you've got a good CDM, that makes all the difference. Look, it's just
they're the unsung hero of the. They're the unsung hero of the squad. They really are. They do all the dirty work. They get in the. They make sure that everything is flowing, and they still get no appraisal.
Well, last year Fabinho was playing like crap, and we were terrible. The year before, when he played good, like we were amazing.
Yeah, no, I feel like that position is very underrated. Like, it's like you said, if your CDM. Like, look, your attackers can be the best world-class attackers. Your defense can be really good. But if you don't have, like, a mad CDM to carry all that, you're not a title-winning or a trophy-winning team, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I feel like Arsenal fell off a lot last season because, don't get me wrong, Partey is amazing. And, like, he's probably up there with the top 3 best CDMs in our Premier League. But you could tell he fell off mad at the end of the last season, and
personally, like from what I've seen, Party, I didn't really rate too much, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay.
I thought it was decent, but yeah. There's
why? Like, what makes things like it? Like he's not up there.
The games where
he does a lot of errors.
Well, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, people put him up there, like, not us, but I'm just saying, like, most of the EPL and all the other pundits, whatever, blah blah, and all the other spaces, they put him up there as like one of the best in there and fucking top 3, whatever. But yeah, but my point was saying is just like when he fell off, look what happened to Arsenal. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it was just his fault, but like that's what I'm saying. Like, you need that crucial DM role to get you winning. I believe winning you titles or even trophies or whatever. Like, look what happened to Man United. They got one good CDM and they ended up winning a trophy after how long? You know what I mean? So, I mean,
really different.
And he
team.
Scores goals.
Yeah,
he's like a second best scorer.
Didn't he score in the final as well? Like in the Cup fight? Yeah, there we go.
Scored against Chelsea twice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's more factors to it, but again, I feel like crucial DM is very needed in any like elite team or just any good team. You know what I mean? And I just want to, look, all it is I'm just giving my flowers to Rodri. This is this whole segment, you know what I mean? Because he played amazing. Great. He had amazing, and I feel like people won't really, maybe they might, but I feel like they should mention, like when people play like that, they should mention that. You know what I mean?
He got man of the match. He definitely got man of the match.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, there it
is. But
It is Burnley. I mean, Vincent Kompany's Burnley. Be
hey, they played
please.
good, man. They
Bro, yeah.
finished.
Yeah, no, honestly, in the first half, they had us like, yeah, I'm talking about all Man City, but yeah, to be fair, like Sol mentioned, they actually had us on the ropes. You know what I mean?
15 minutes, yeah, 15 to
like they were
man,
actually
coming
playing
at them.
Possession football, like playing from the back as well, like not doing mistakes. Like Burnley are a team to watch, bro. Like we know this because of like what they did, but sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I've seen a few.
It doesn't reflect. Season. Sometimes it doesn't reflect, admittedly, when you come from the Championship. Like we've seen that with other teams, but no, look. I'm not saying this because I'm biased, City, whatever, Vincent Kompany, but you can see, like even Sol said, you can see that. They're only going to do bits in the Premier League for sure. Look, they played the champions. Like,
I think if they come in, like obviously they're going to want to prove a point to begin with. But if they come in, if they lose 4 or 5 games on the trot, I think that energy will die. And I think that's what gets a lot of relegated. Like, I get a lot of teams that come up into the Premier League. They start good, or that they show promise, like they can play football, but then they just lose games against better opposition, and then.
Prime example is Nottingham Forest. What you're just saying.
So lose confidence, and they're like, "Shit, maybe we can't do this."
Yeah. Well, look. Only time will tell. But again, this is too early to tell because it is the first game of the season. So you know what I mean. But from what I saw, Burnley doing bits, and fair play to them. They actually gave us a run for our money, and the scoreline didn't really reflect how they played. But yeah, they definitely did fall off after a while. And you could tell like it was too much for them. But, I was pretty happy with the game. Good start to the season. Usually City's start, like I said, is pretty slow at the start of any like campaign. But from what I saw, it was good signs. It was good signs. And, I can't complain. 3-0 win away from home, and we move on. We move on to Newcastle next. But now, all right, on to the next discussion. Who wants to go next? Who's playing next, actually? Let's put it that way, and we'll go by that order. So I think it's Chelsea and Liverpool, is that correct?
Yeah.
Well, look, that title itself just there has got its own little boxing match, right? Look, I'll give you the reins over here and let you. Let's look at this as a therapy session. Me and Sol are your psychiatrist, and you're letting out your anger.
It's to the point that everyone's going to want to hear or talk about. So obviously, the Caicedo. And so obviously, I've done a bit of research into it. He's had an agreement since May with Chelsea.
Yep.
Liverpool have been interested in him, but have understood that he's had the agreement with Chelsea, so they've kind of stayed out of it. Then Chelsea put a bid in, got rejected, then put a bid in for Lavia. So then Liverpool have thought, oh, well, maybe the agreement's off. Seeing as they're chasing him, put a bid into Brighton. Brighton have accepted the bid. The players' camp haven't said we won't go to Liverpool. It's just said, out of respect for the agreement I've had with Chelsea, if Chelsea match the offer and get an offer accepted, then I'll join Chelsea. If Chelsea don't match the offer, which up until this point they haven't, they've said they're going to, but again, Brighton have said they'll accept the highest offer. So look, it's not like Liverpool to get into a bidding war, but at the end of the day, if Liverpool did throw in another, 10, 15 million and Chelsea weren't going to match that, I personally don't think he's worth that much, but at the end of the day, we need something. We're pretty desperate, We've left it very late, so that's our own fault. And so, yeah, really, it looks like he's going to end up at Chelsea, but the door's still open. Personally, yeah, it's a bit upsetting because I was watching the news last night, seeing Fabrizio Romano almost give the "here we go." I almost bought a Caicedo shirt, but it didn't. It hasn't happened yet. Yeah, still waiting to hear. I'm still not sure whether or not Liverpool will go back in for Lavia, to be honest.
Isn't Chelsea going for Lavia as well? Isn't that what the reports are saying?
That's just what I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither. I don't get how. And we've got Enzo Fernandez as well. But yeah, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I just can't understand where Chelsea. Like I know they need midfielders as well. They got rid of Kovacic and Mount, and so obviously they're in need as well. But like they've got lots of players in that squad, man. They spent lots of money last season, and it just seems like, you know, at the moment everyone does give shit to Man City for the amount of money they spend, but like Chelsea have been just as bad, like worse, to be honest.
I mean,
if I wouldn't understand why I'd want to go there when they're just getting another player who's roughly the same age as you, but he's better than you. So where do you fit into the mold there? But it's one of them things, you know. Liverpool, typical, leaving it late.
I have sorry, can finish, but I have a few questions to ask about this whole situation.
Had that much money now to bid for Lavia, to bid for Caicedo, why we didn't just get Bellingham?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Yeah.
If Klopp knew that he was going to lose Henderson and Fabinho back when Bellingham went to Madrid, I think that we probably could have made it happen then. We might have made it happen because we lost a lot of leaders in midfield, and we already needed a few midfielders because we had Cater go, we had Ox go, Milner go. So
that's 5 midfielders.
It's really it's concerning from my point of view. Like, you know, like I said before to you guys, we've got McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Thiago. If them three are all fit on the pitch, like, I know that's not really a defensive-minded midfield, but still, like, in terms of holding the ball and progressing the ball forward, that's a great midfield to have. But Thiago is going to be injured for 50% of the season at least, and then to get Lavia slot in, I don't know. I didn't watch him play a whole heap last season. He's young.
Well, he actually came from the City Academy, like
for it, but like I just think going up against, you know, if Chelsea are getting Caicedo and they've got Fernandes, you know, Man United have got a good midfield. Looks like they're getting Amrabat potentially, and Man City and Arsenal. Like I think top 4 is going to be a bit of a stretch.
Remember, it could be top 5 though.
Yeah, top 5.
So, you know, that could be our chance in, but still, like, it's just
Europa League, yeah.
It's just disappointing. Like they know that we've needed a rebuild the whole season, and they've left it this late.
Are you blaming FSG for this, or more Liverpool? Like, I mean, not Liverpool, like Klopp. You know, leaving it late. Like, who's to blame here? Like, who do you think?
Klopp, like, it's definitely not in Klopp's hands. The owners are notoriously tight.
The only reason I ask this is because some of the fan base is a bit split, as you can tell. Some of them are blaming, you know, FSG. Some are saying, "Oh, Klopp left it late." But I feel like what you just said. I feel like it's more your owners.
It is owners, and they've got a new sporting director who's meant to be in handling of like management of deals. We had, I think it was James Ward previously, and he was really good. Like, he got stuff done. Like, no one would even know we're linked with players, and we'd sign them.
For cheap.
But yeah, like,
that was one of the shockers for me when you actually did do this. Like, okay, yeah, it was 110. It's crazy, but Liverpool, like, I'll give you this, like, yeah, you don't go crazy in the market or whatever, but when you do sign someone, you do it quick, like what you just said, like, or what things are said. You get him done. That's it. Like the McAllister deal, that was a Liverpool signing. Even the one before that, who was it? Gapco? Just comes out of nowhere. Like, do you get these you don't even hear it on the socials or anything. It just happens. It's like, oh yeah, like Liverpool just got this guy now all of a sudden. So fair play, you just get the deal done. But this one all of a sudden was weird. It's like he just all of a sudden went for this person. I don't know. It felt strange.
Even when we did sign Fabinho, like, I think we lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid, and then like literally like 3 hours later, it was like, oh, Liverpool has signed Fabinho, and I was like, who is this? Where did he come from? What the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
And, but yeah, it's just like, I don't want Lavia to be our first choice. Who else is out there on the market? But look, at the end of the day, against Chelsea, I still think we're going to beat them.
Is it at home or is it away?
Look, there's not much of an atmosphere at the Bridges there. So,
nah.
like playing in the
Chelsea. That's the biggest atmosphere you can get out there, Chelsea. Sorry to all the Chelsea viewers out there. My apologies, but we're stating facts, though. We're stating facts. But continue.
But yeah, like, look, it's going to be interesting because obviously Poch has at Tottenham, he done a good job. PSG, he couldn't do it. Obviously, too many big personalities probably for him. But look, we'll see. He hasn't had a massive amount of time to gel all these players together. We haven't looked that good in preseason again, but like, I don't think you can ever take preseason too seriously. And yeah,
unless you're Tottenham, then you can take preseason real seriously. Sorry, Tottenham fans as well.
I don't know how we're going to line up either. It could be interesting. Like,
you think Caicedo will play?
You think
Caicedo will play?
It's going to take too long for them.
They haven't put Chelsea haven't.
Oh, they haven't even bid for him, have they? No. So it's not even like official. Oh, wow. Okay.
He hasn't actually said like completely no to Liverpool. Like, no, I'm not joining. It's just.
But would you take him though? Like, if he, like, let's say, all right, let's just say Chelsea. Let's just say in this scenario, Chelsea doesn't bid for him, right? Would you go? Go away, get out of our club. You don't want to be with us, or actually play whatever. Football is just all about business at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Is that what it?
It's one of them things. Like, we're aware that he had the agreement, and that's what he's kind of said. Like, I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying, like, I've given my word to this club.
Yeah.
So in a way, at least he's a man of his word, I guess. And look, even when Klopp did the press conference yesterday, Klopp said we've had an offer accepted, but it's up to the player. So obviously Klopp knows, and he's spoken to Klopp, and he said, look, like I'm 99% sure if we'd come in earlier, he would have came to us over Chelsea. Like, lots of players would want to play for Klopp, but yeah, he's just already given his word to another team. Like, I'd still take him just because he's like, we need players. So
he's a great player, man. He's great.
Just with the whole midfield rebuild, having him and McAllister both from Brighton, both having played brilliantly over years and years.
Yeah, that is true.
But then things, I'd still take him, of course.
All right, so if you can't get him right now, like, let's say this scenario where Chelsea does get him, who would you take at Liverpool? Who would you like? Let's say you're like realistic as well, but who would you think is an ideal target? Now you can go because now Liverpool have the money; they can spend that cash if they want to. You know what I mean? There's no excuses there. But yeah, who would you pick, or who would you rebuild? Or it doesn't even have to be in the midfield. Maybe you have something else that you want to in mind. But yeah, who would you decide to put in there now that you just can't get Caicedo? Like, who would be your ideal target?
Like, I'd love to, get a right back and put Trent in midfield. I just don't know if he's aggressive enough.
That's a shout. Yeah.
Played there. He's looked pretty decent. Like, I know everyone goes on about his defending, but to be honest, like, how high up the field he plays and playing in the right back position, generally you're playing against the trickiest player on the field, being the left winger. Generally speaking, right? Generally speaking, across the board, the right and left wingers are the trickiest players. So
trickiest and fastest.
But in saying that, he obviously contributes attacking wise a lot more than pretty much any other right or left fullback does, bar Cancelo,
and then Cancelo has that same issue as well, though. He can't play for City. You know what I mean? It's like, he's amazing going forward, but when you ask him to go this way, he's like,
you know what I mean? One of them things. But yeah, look, if we can get a right back and put Trent there, like Trent's passing range and ability just to pick a pass and stuff like that, and then as well because he's a Scouser. I feel like him being the centre mid, you know, it might bring out a fire in him because he's able to control the game more, and you know, he loves the shirt probably more than anyone does. So yeah.
Would you still want another midfielder though? Because there's a lot of games we've got to play.
Yeah, I'd still get a backup.
Yeah, they got Europa, they got other stuff to play. You're right.
G Banks was saying yesterday, Paulina from Fulham's a great player as well. Even Douglas Luiz from Villa, but yeah, it's a tough market. We don't have long left really, and we've left it late. Like, you know, I would have already loved to had everyone together playing for a little bit, and I think that's, you know, if you start the season slow in this Premier League, it's hard to catch up.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you know, especially now.
The defense, we get one injury to Van Dijk or Konate. We've got Gomez or Matip. Gomez has just been like so unreliable. Like, one game he plays amazing, the next game he passes you the ball inside the 6-yard box for you to tap it in, and cannot rely on him. Matip looks like he's about 50 years old. Turning wise, I've seen a bus turn quicker. But they're just, you know, all right to fill in for one game or come on in the last 20 minutes or something like that. But, you know, if we get one injury to one of them two, and Konate doesn't have the best injury record, then we're in trouble there. And, you know, just the owners, I think they should have just backed Klopp earlier on. Got it going, like, you know, we've seen what happened last season. Then
I honestly don't know why they're going back. Like, he's probably one of the best managers out there in the league, right? If not in the world, right? We know this, okay? He's proved, like, it's not like he hasn't proven himself, right? This man has proven himself multiple times. He brought you, like, not trying to banter you, he brought you the first league title in 30 years, right? Well, since the Premier League started, he brought you that. Won you a champion. I know he's got fucking that, but he's won you a Champions League, and won you everything else that I know it's not consistent, but you are battling a great Man City team as well in that process. So he's proven himself there. Why do they not back him? Why do they not back? I don't get it. Like, and it's not like they can't back him, because a lot of Liverpool fans give me like our owners are poor, or our owners don't really want to splurge. But no, that's bullshit. Because like we've seen that now. They can splurge, but they choose not to splurge. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's a real big indictment on people like Klopp and stuff, who actually generally, you can see they want to make this club go up, right? When in reality, it's like they've getting blocked for what? For what reason? You know what I mean? It's a strange one for me. It really is, because a lot of clubs would worship to have a Klopp type manager, and they'll give him any, like, even Tottenham, how stingy they are. If they have like a Klopp, I feel like their owners would even bend over backwards for Klopp, you know, just with his track record. But it seems like FSG make him work for it, which is weird.
Chelsea would die to have Klopp, and
But if Pep went, I would say thank you. I'll take Klopp, no problem. You know what I mean? But you know, I don't know. It's a strange one for me. I never could put my hand around it. Like, why not back the person that's given you the success? You know, and he's proven it over time and time again. You know what I mean? It's like, why? Yeah. But yeah, what's your predictions for the game? What do you have in line?
I personally think we'll win.
Yeah.
Chelsea backline doesn't look the best, and
fair play.
New captain Reece James.
He's injured, isn't he?
I said new captain Reece James.
Yeah, well, you know, he might pull out a stamp like his sister. Yeah. They've got Nkunku out. They spent 100 million on that Ukrainian winger who can just run fast, and that's
he's got a cool tattoo on his neck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you know, they've lost a couple of good midfielders, haven't really replaced them yet.
Look, what's the score? What do you reckon?
I reckon we'll win. I reckon, you know, maybe the slight rejection from Caicedo as well will I think a lot of our players will go, all right, you really want to join this team? I hope that's the attitude we take anyway.
I was hoping he was playing. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping he was playing just to see the react. But he'll be playing at Anfield, so I wonder if he is going to be playing at Anfield.
Going forward, I think we've got lots of firepower up front this season.
100%.
Gakpo in pre-season, he's got that ability like Firmino does to drop in, pass balls, move, open up space behind for the wingers. But then he's also he can finish, he's fast, he's tall. I think he's a player to really watch out for this season.
Do you think you'll get his do you think you'll see his World Cup form this season? Coming into this, he's just showed a little bit here and there at the end of last season.
I honestly reckon he'll get at least 20 goals this season.
Wow. Okay. Big. All right. Interesting. I actually haven't heard that at all, to be honest. What about Darwizzy? What do you reckon of him? Do you reckon he was going to do some bits?
Darwin,
do this.
Just at the moment, we've got three up front. We've got Diaz, we've got Darwin, we've got Gakpo, we've got Jota, we've got Salah.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, Darwin doesn't start in them front three for me.
Okay.
I mean, with Jota, I just, you can't underrate Jota. When he's on. He's just got sauce for days, man. He'll just scores goals that none of them can score. He's a poacher and a half, and so yeah, I don't know. I think maybe Darwin might share the left wing role a bit more with Diaz, and that's probably where he'll come in. Jota and Gakpo up front, and then obviously Salah plays 90 minutes every game. So we do have the academy player Ben Doak. I don't know if he's but in pre-season.
No, I haven't heard about him. So
in pre-season, there was a couple of times against Bayern Munich where he literally ran one-on-one with Fonzie Davies and killed him.
Oh, really?
So, yeah,
what position does he play?
I'll send you the clip later. This kid is fast and he's tricky, and
what's his position? Sorry,
right wing.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, so I think you could see him making an appearance maybe off the bench a couple of times this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a name for himself, to be honest.
Okay, I actually haven't heard the name. Honestly, not even jokes aside, I haven't heard of him. So and usually Liverpool always bring out one or two academy players through the ranks. You know what I mean? But you'll hear of them. But this one I haven't heard of him. You know what I mean?
But Jets coming back as well into midfield. Last season he pushed Fabinho out of his place. Really, he's a good player, but again, very young.
He's only young. He's only 19, 20, isn't he?
Yeah. But Klopp has said he's definitely got a role in the first team this season.
What about that Fulham player that you bought? What was his name? Carvalho? Yeah, is he still around? What's happening with him? He was doing bits for Fulham because we have a friend that supports Fulham, and I used to watch games with him. And when he was playing for them, he was doing bits. So I thought he would do some bits for you, but he hasn't really done anything. You know what I mean?
We signed him last season. Played a couple of games, and then for some reason, Klopp said he was training well and everything, but he just never featured. I think something happened behind the scenes that obviously maybe Klopp didn't want to bring to light.
Yeah.
But something happened because he's a good player, but he just got frozen out. Maybe attitude in training or something. I don't know, but no, we loaned him out actually to.
Oh, really?
I'm trying to think of who we loaned him out to. I can't think off the top of my head, but RB.
Well, RB Leipzig or Salzburg?
No, Leipzig.
Oh, really? Fuck. Okay. Interesting. Actually, I thought he was still at your club, so that's why I asked. I didn't even know that. Okay. All right. Interesting. Well, look, it's going to be. I'm not even going to lie to you. I had used, because the way you play at the end of the season, I actually had used tipped to come back and challenge us for the title, right? But like you said, since this market and everything, yeah, I can't even. I'm probably seeing you even not struggle for top 4, but like having a good fight for it. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember, we got Newcastle there. United's not going anywhere. Like, as much as we banter like Chelsea and that, they're gonna put a fight. You know what I mean? And yeah, there's a lot of, and Arsenal, they're doing their bits too. But yeah, no, I just feel like from like you said, from what you've done through this transfer market, yeah, your expectation. Like I said, my expectation was like Liverpool going to challenge again. They might do a top 4 battle, but who knows? Like, something might happen, some might not. You might get some new signings just before the market ends. But what's your score prediction, by the way, for this game, so we can get these down for our score prediction league at the end of the show? You said Liverpool to win, so what's the score?
3-1.
3-1. Sol, what have you got?
I feel like it might be 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool?
Chelsea's just too young at the moment. And that firepower that, Liverpool have is too much. Look at my team, 7-0. I don't want to talk about it, but yeah. They got some firepower up front.
Don't worry, my friend. We'll come to your therapy session next.
Chelsea are just not ready yet.
Yeah. So we'll 2-1 to Liverpool. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll remember that. I should write this down, but don't worry, I have a decent memory. I think it will be 1-1, the classic Liverpool versus Chelsea moment. They always seem to draw 1-1 or 0-0 for some freaking weird reason. Even when
that's when they had Mendy in goal.
Bro, not
they
even.
Not
even, bro. Every time I've watched a Liverpool-Chelsea game, I hate them because of one simple factor. They either end in 0-0 or 1-1. And it's either Liverpool can be really good and they'll still draw, or Chelsea can be really good and they'll still draw. It doesn't matter. Even I think last season, bro, you had one of the most ridiculous games. I swear I didn't want to. I thought I was watching like a championship tier football teams playing, because it was like no team wanted to attack, and it was weird because like you said, there was like Liverpool there, Chelsea there, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a weird fixture, but I think it will end in 1-1. But yeah. All right, awesome. Let's move on to our next fixture in our round table. It's not the next fixture after the Liverpool-Chelsea game, but it's, the last fixture of the camp this week anyway. And that will be, is it United and Wolves? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So please tell us a bit about United. Are you looking forward to it this season? Ten Hag ball. Are you excited about that?
Ten Hag ball.
Yeah, Ten Hag ball. Yeah, go. Give us a bit insight.
So we didn't do well in pre-season, but like we just said before, we don't really.
Yeah, no, being Wrexham isn't for everyone, eh?
Hey, we beat Arsenal.
Sorry.
Did you beat Arsenal?
Yeah, my bad. Okay, fair play. Fair, cool.
I'm joking.
We did lose to them.
Pre-season's we don't worry about pre-season. We beat Liverpool last season in pre-season, and then we got spanked the first 2 games from Brentford and Brighton. So I'm not really worried about pre-season at the moment. Wolves.
We play friendlies.
Yeah, we never play friendlies. No.
Yeah.
That's what our manager says. But then today, another.
And then you lost every friendly after that.
Ten Hag should learn to just he's a great manager, but he should learn to just keep it a little bit quiet, because every time he opens his mouth, he just cops the biggest L's straight afterwards. It's like the whole eras come to the end statement, and then see what happened when City's and Liverpool's eras come to end, and then see what happened when he went there. But no, look, I respect Ten Hag. I think he's done bits for years. He's done a lot compared to all the other previous managers he's had since the departure of the chosen one. Oh, not chosen one, the Fergie one, I should say.
He brings like dedication and passion.
Something 100%.
They've got a lot of rules.
It's United,
and he's got, and you know what and you know what else he's got? He's got like that. Listen to me, because I feel like a lot of other managers, even Mourinho and that, they couldn't get the board on their side. This guy, he kicked Ronaldo out. Like people, like that's a big thing. Like you know what I mean?
Do that.
Yeah, bro, and to have the fans be on your side. You know what I mean? Like
to be
that's
honest,
a big thing. Like you know what I mean?
To be honest as well, like he did just freeze Harry Maguire out, even though it was a very expensive signing. A lot of other managers were scared to do it, and then now he's got him. So it's like
not even they were scared to do it. They were playing him as well.
He's not scared.
Came to a meeting 1 minute late. I think he had to, and he was a substitute. So he's got everybody under lockdown. Like you do what I say. It's good, and we haven't had that for a while since Fergie. Yeah. We've had Sideways, Van Gaal, David Moyes. I don't even want to talk about David Moyes. City legend. And Ollie, but Ollie did. Yeah, Ollie.
The one bad thing Fergie ever did.
What? What bad thing did
David Moyes?
No, that was the best thing he ever did. What are you talking about? That's why, look, bro, David Moyes is a City legend because of that, because of his reign at Manchester United. What are you talking about?
I'm very optimistic about my season, I should say. I think we're going to do very well. I think we're going to start off strong against Wolves.
What's a good season for United? What would you take? Realistically, would you take second in a cup, or fucking third and the Champions League football again? Like what is a good season for United now? Like what is your standards for United? Like just personally, you doesn't have to be the whole fan base. Just what would you say is like if the season were to finish now and like you got all the stuff and you're like, this is a good one for me. What would it be? Realistic terms.
I think we should be coming second.
Second? Just second? Like you don't care about trophies or anything else?
We should be second in the trophy, sorry. Second, and FA Cup or Carabao Cup, I don't care which one again, because it's still a stepping stone. We're not ready yet. But we won one last season in his first season.
Champions League?
Good.
Champions
League?
That's ours now. But yeah, continue.
We'll probably make quarter. I can only see quarterfinals, really. Quarterfinals in the Champions League, maybe. Depending on round of 16 too.
Stage exit.
Hey, we're not going to stage exit. It just depends on the group stage as well. We've got to check that in the 30th. When is it? The 30th of August? I think it's the draw.
I read something that you're actually in a bigger pot than you're actually in the so there's pots like when they do the like the champion.
We have a chance of being in the group for death.
No, well, I read something like you're actually in a higher pot than Arsenal because of like because of how they do it is like the history of the Champions League. So if you've qualified, because you've qualified more than Arsenal has in the past 10 years, like Arsenal haven't been Champions League. I did not know that. I read something. I could be wrong, but I read something that you're in a higher pot, like pool, like they've got like different pot pools. Like apparently you're in a higher pot pool, so maybe that can work in your way. So you won't actually, you might still get a group of death scenario. Like everyone still might, even us two, we could get it. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think it's different for you. I think you're on a higher pot than Arsenal. But again, this could be wrong. But I did read something like that saying that you were in a high, and Arsenal fans were pissed off because they're like, we came second. How come we're not in the thing? It's like, bro, you just got here. Like, calm down. Yeah, it took you a while. Calm down. But
I think United really messed up with not signing Harry Kane though.
Yeah. Like, did they have the money for him though? Like, they went and gone inside Ireland and then.
No, I don't have money. They have the money.
We have money. They try to say we had a.
And the thing is,
but
if you had Harry Kane in that team, you would be pushing
title contenders, 100%. I can even say it myself. Easy. If you had signed,
for sure.
If you signed Harry Kane, you would have been easily. I'm not saying you won, like, and again, not in a rude way or banter way. I'm not saying you would have won the title, but you would definitely pushed us all the way. That's for sure. 100%.
You would have won the title or the Champions League, one of the two.
Yeah, for sure. Like they would have went far in all competitions. Let's put it that way. That's fair.
Yeah.
I can say that.
It was like City last year with Haaland. Like they bought Haaland.
Mm.
You much knowing like if we get this guy, we're gonna be.
Like it was that missing puzzle. But people say like I'm not trying to mention it, but people say Haaland was the missing puzzle. But yeah, and his goals got us there. But it was really our defense that actually won us the Champions League at the end of the day.
Defensive. And look, let's be honest. It was big Romelu Lukaku as well.
Oh well, that's a part of our defense, bro. That's why I said our defense.
They still has money for that, man.
It wasn't. Yeah, he's very well made of.
Bro, I can tell you right now, I'm ready to get a Lukaku jersey just because he's one of our most crucial City defenders of all time. You know what I mean? Like if that wasn't that block for him, God knows, I probably wouldn't even make the show right now. Let's put it that way. But look, look, honestly, banter aside, I can't stand our club, so I'll be honest. But I think with two more signings, like we just said,
Amrabat,
you will come back. Yeah, Amrabat.
Thing is with Amrabat, where does he fit into there? Like, because he plays where Casemiro.
Fred's gone. They got rid of Fred.
What makes him out? Does Fred's not?
He's probably going to be backup. He'll come in for
Amrabat
some games, but I reckon he's going to be backup for Casemiro because Casemiro gets a lot of red cards. So you can just put Amrabat straight into there. When we go to Anfield away,
end of the day,
when
we go to Etihad, we can just put Casemiro and Amrabat. Take Mason
that's what I was about to say. If you played them two, you will be strong.
Maybe even put Mount as attacking mid and then Bruno on the wing like he usually does when we always go away. Somehow Bruno's on the right wing all the time. I don't know why, but usually that happens. But I still think we need two more midfielders. Really?
Right on the right. Yeah.
Two, yeah. I think we need two more. Amrabat and someone else because we're getting rid of Fred.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think he wanted to keep. We had a young prospect, Kobe Mainoo, I think it was. He played well against Arsenal, but he got next game ended up getting injured, so he's out for 3 or 4 months. I think he was going to bring him up, but that sort of halted that. Who else do we? We've still got Ericsson actually. Ericsson's going to be a backup. The Amrabat, Ericsson.
He played well last season, man.
Ericsson, he did, but at the end of the season, he was so slow running back against the final against City. Oh, he got skimmed like 4 or 5 times. Like I was just like, this guy, we need someone that's more faster.
I was going to say Ericsson, great player, everything, but you could tell age was definitely getting to him. You know what I mean? Like
everything through.
It's got McTominay. I think we're getting rid of him. If we get rid of him, I want someone else.
He's such a weird player, man. Like some games,
I rate him, man. He's all right.
He's big, and then other games, he's just it's just
like Fred. That's why it's McFred.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think McTominay is a freaking dud, dude. Honestly, he's such a dud of a player. I don't rate Fred as well. So the fact that you've got rid of them two just shows me that
McTominay yet.
To be honest,
we're still waiting.
Okay. Well, the fact that you want to get rid of them shows to me that you want to use it serious now. Because let's be honest, if you had Fred and McDudaday or whatever he's called in the midfield, I'm telling you right now, you aren't winning anything. Yeah, you might win another Carabao Cup in another 7-8 years, but I'm telling you, you aren't going to win anything with having them in the midfield. That's why, like getting rid of them, I can see like, okay, you're becoming serious now. Fair play, which is fair play. Like again, this all goes back to the manager. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't have this type of manager that was, assertive and saying what I want this, I want that, then yeah.
I still think we need another striker as well. We need another striker.
Well, yeah, saying if you've got Harry Kane, different story. Do you think Højlund will do? I mean, look, we've been bantering. We're saying, oh, he's not Højlund, blah blah blah. But look, I'm not comparing him to Højlund because that's not fair. Because he's from the same region, has the same initials as him. I'm not going to compare him. But what I am going to say, I'm going to compare him as a striker in the EPL. That's what I'm going to compare him as. All right. So what do you think? Or what do you think is going to be a good season for Højlund? Or what do you expect from Højlund? Because he is pretty big money, bro. You paid what? Wasn't it 72? Yeah, 72 million for a guy. Again, not bantering. A guy that just scored 10 goals or something in the Serie A or something. No. So I'll try to do you the favor, bro. But all right, you want to correct me? Go for it.
That's all right.
No. But honestly, yeah. What is a good season for Hoyland? You expect, or what do you expect for him to come in? Like, what would you be like? All right, I'm satisfied with Hoyland coming into the season.
12 to 15 goals.
12 to 15. Okay.
12 to 15. We've got Rashford.
Like all competitions. All competitions.
No, Premier League.
Okay.
All competitions needs to be at least 25.
Okay, yeah, that's like standard. That's pretty good. And you think you'll get those numbers? Do you think you'll get those numbers?
We create a lot of chances. Bruno creates a lot of chances, more than De Bruyne.
Bruno also gives away possession.
And I was gonna say, and he's on the ground for longer than De Bruyne as well.
Who's injured?
There's always a slight stands when Bruno's playing.
But jokes aside, I think we create a lot of chances, so he should be getting a lot of goals. If from what I've seen in the highlights, or that's all I've really seen, because it's only been 9 goals in the Atalanta, and 4 games for the Euro League qualifier. The Euro qualifier.
For Denmark,
For Denmark, and he's top goal scorer of that at the moment. But,
he's versing all the hard teams like Liechtenstein,
Kazakhstan,
San Marino.
Finland.
Oh god.
It's all right. You can only do what you can do against the opponents that you face.
Fair play. Hey, look, if he scored more goals than Haaland, and Haaland's versing teams like Georgia and stuff, and he can't get him, well, fair play. Look, I'll give you his flowers where it's true.
At least 12 to 15 in the Premier League, but at the moment he's injured. He's got a little back problem, so he's not even going to be starting for us this weekend.
For how long is he out?
Just saying, I just watched the press conference from Ten Hag just a couple of hours ago, and he's not exactly saying how long. He's just saying a few weeks. So it could be, it could be 2 weeks, could be 2 months. I don't know. It's a back problem, and I'm pretty sure we've all had back problems before. Like, it's bad. It can get annoying. Bad. I mean, so he won't be starting. So I think it's going to be. I think you're going to have to play Rashford. Up front. Yeah, you're going to have to play Rashford up front and Garnacho on the wing.
Is it a home game or is it away?
It is. Yeah, it's a home. We're at home.
All right. Well, all right. Well, yeah. Look, optimism. Fair play. You should have that going into the season with what you're doing. Have you feel like you've done enough? Like, Joey was saying that he feel like his club hasn't done enough going into the Premier League season. You know what I mean? Like they haven't bought the right players in, whatever. Do you feel like your club has done that or are doing that? Do you know what I mean? Or like, do you feel comfortable with what they've got thus far? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you said you wanted 1 or 2 more players, but can you say like it's been a not successful. Yeah, not as successful, but like you're happy with this window. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times, you can say like, how much times have we talked? You told me you hate this window or get the glaze it out.
Ever since I've been here, every single signing that he's got has been probably our best player for the whole season. Martinez, Casemiro. Who else did he bring in last season? Malacia is just young, so I don't really worry about him at the moment.
Anthony.
He just finished too,
Anthony.
He's garbage, bro. He's straight.
I'd rather Sancho there, honestly.
He's garbage too.
Nah, he's not. Yeah, he's not garbage, but he's playing garbage.
Garbage is a harsh word. It's a hard statement, but I can't see the price tag for him right now that you just paid for him. That's what I can't see.
23 as well.
Okay, fair enough. But still, like that's a big one. He definitely I'll give him like first season syndrome. We'll give him that. You know what I mean? Like fair play. All right, we'll see what happens.
Sancho shouldn't have been kicked out of the right wing. Really, we paid.
I mean, Sancho's not doing bits as well. You know what I mean? He's not doing much as well. So, but look, I think if you get 1 or 2 more signings, I feel like, Man United not will challenge for the title, but you will definitely stick into the top 4 and start making your name yourself.
I'm not even thinking sneaking. We should be getting in there.
Yeah. No, sorry. Stick into the top four, not
sneak,
sneak.
Sorry,
yeah, my bad. No, not sneak in. Not sneak in. The sneakies, I reckon, will be either possibly Aston Villa. I reckon Aston Villa are going to do some amazing things this season, or possibly, as we both all know, Newcastle because of what. But Newcastle, the whole they're in Champions League at the moment and stuff that might, play a factor. But okay, let's go on. Who do you reckon is going to win? All right, who's?
I think we're gonna. I think we're gonna just smash them. We're gonna dispatch them easily.
Yeah, look, Wolves. They don't look like they look like they downgraded from last season.
Their 3 best players. Ruben Neves has gone to Saudi.
Yeah.
The Jimenez, Raul Jimenez, he's gone to Fulham.
Big pirate. Yeah.
And Montinho, my man, Montinho. He's gone as well. So it's like the 3 best players. And their coach got not sacked, but he left last week, was it? They only just
really?
They've only just appointed a new coach 2-3 days ago.
So the coach that got him out of relegation.
Yeah.
Lopetegui, that's what his name was. Yeah, that's right. He was okay. He wasn't bad, but he was okay.
They were playing decent under him.
Yeah.
Well, we got him out. They were bottom when he started with them.
I'm pretty sure he resigned last week. I think it was around last week. And then
why did they say? Or
I didn't really look into it. I just seen it.
I mean, yeah, fair play, but. Okay, interesting. I didn't even know that. That's news to me, actually. I'm not even gonna lie.
At home, we're gonna be pumped up. New season. I think we're gonna easily dispatch of them. It's gonna be light work.
All right, Mr. Light Work. What's the score gonna be?
3-0.
3-0. All right, that's fair. Mr. Joey, what do you think the score's gonna be?
3-0.
3-0 as well. Yeah. Look. I'll be honest, I want it to be like funny, like, Wolves going to beat you 2-1. I can't even say it. Now, especially the manager thing, I can't even mention that. So, yeah, I reckon he's going to do them, dust them up 4-1. Easy. Yeah, awesome. All right, cool. Look, we're getting into an hour, folks. Yeah, I'm getting hungry as well. So
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, we're doing not bad for our first show, an hour and in. But, yeah. This is our first episode of the Three Lads in a Beautiful Game. We're going to put more content on this channel for sure. We're going to do, we have other things in mind. And next week as well, hopefully, we will probably move into our studio as well. So look forward to that. But yeah, this is our new channel. So please, if you like our content, make sure you subscribe, like, follow, do all that stuff.
YouTube and Twitch as well.
Yep. Please follow my friend Red Devil Soul. Where can they find you, Soul? YouTube
and Twitch.
YouTube and Twitch. And is it just the name?
Together anyway, we're the lads.
All right, cool. And Joey, do you have any socials or anything like that at the moment? Or?
I'm in the process of getting all that up.
All right, perfect. Next, again, we're just new to this, all this, everyone. So we're just starting up now. But yeah, look, if you want to follow us, we'll be on this channel mainly. But yeah, please. Drop a comment in if you liked our channel, if you want us to talk about anything else. If you want us to mention, okay, we support, we just said who we support. So we're obviously going to talk about mainly our teams and what happens around that week or whatever. But if you just want us to talk about something else, please let us know. We're more than happy to discuss it. And like I said, we're going to put more content onto this channel. But yeah, I really appreciate you giving us your time and listening to us. In the meantime, please like, follow, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. I've been your host, G Banks. Guys, give us a nice little farewell before we say goodbye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. Anything you want to discuss? Don't forget, lads. 6 times.
Well, we're banning Joey now. After that horrendous comment after he just made. Nah, look, we had a fun time, guys, and look. We're doing this for you. At the end of the day, we're just 3 lads, ordinary lads, just talking about football. So if you have something, again, if you want to join the discussion, please feel free. But yeah, on to the next, and we will see you next time on the review show on Wednesday.
Awesome.
Have a good one.
Later, guys.